My name is Eric. I'm a full-time digital nomad who's been living out of this Subaru Forester for the past 13 months as I've been traveling around the country. And normally I call the Subaru home every night. But tonight I'm sleeping in one of the most haunted places in all of America, the Silver Queen Hotel in Virginia City, Nevada. And I'm sleeping in room 11, one of the most haunted rooms in all of the hotel. All right, well, good morning. I wanted to make a quick editor's note here before the video starts. This is not my usual type of content. You may be finding this video by me for the first time, and this is not the usual kind of stuff I make. I never have gone ghost hunting before, and I certainly don't have a lot of ghost experience. I do live full-time in this car. I've been traveling the country in this from the past 14 months, and the whole reason this video happened is because I was in the Reno, Nevada area visiting my brother, but at the same time I was also dating a girl, and we wanted to meet up, and that is why we picked Virginia City. We both thought it'd be funny to stay in a haunted hotel. I don't know why. But she is quite a bit camera shy, and she has asked that she not be on camera, nor do I mention her name. So I'm going to be muting her name whenever I do say it on camera, and you will not find her on camera. It is just me. But when I say us, it is someone that I was there with at the time. Now, I do want to stress this is not my normal kind of content, so I don't have a lot of experience with this kind of stuff. I certainly don't have the right kind of equipment to go ghost hunting with. It is just me and my camera phone, so that is all I had to go there with. But it was a fun adventure nonetheless. I'm really glad I tried it. So now let's start with a little history about Virginia City before we see any ghosts. Virginia City, Nevada was born out of the Comstock silver discovery in 1859. One of the richest mineral strikes in U.S. history. Miners flooded the area, transforming a rugged outpost into a booming mining town almost overnight. By the 1860s, Virginia City was one of the wealthiest cities in the West. It had played a massive role in funding the Union during the Civil War and fueled the growth of San Francisco. At its peak, the town had over 28,000 residents, complete with opera houses, saloons, newspapers, including one that employed a young Mark Twain, and the latest Victorian luxuries. Today, Virginia City is preserved as a historic landmark and is famous not only for its Wild West charm, but also for its paranormal reputation. The Silver Queen Hotel is one of the most iconic and historic buildings in Virginia City. The Silver Queen functioned as a hotel, a saloon, a dance hall, and even a morgue at one point. Like many establishments in the Old West, it also operated as a brothel upstairs. Many say the building's histories of hard living, mining tragedies, and prostitution has left an imprint, making it one of the most haunted locations in Nevada. Room 11 is where Rosie the prostitute took her own life. She is the most well-known spirit in the hotel. Heartbroken and hopeless after being abandoned by a lover, she is said to have slit her wrists in the bathtub and bled to death alone in the room. Guests who stay in room 11 often report the smell of strong perfume, disembodied footsteps pacing the halls, strange tapping noises, faucets and lights turning on and off by themselves, and even a woman screaming or sobbing in the middle of the night. Some even claim to have seen her apparition sitting on the bed, staring into the mirror, or near the top of the stairs. The Silver Queen Hotel is still an active hotel that tries to stay very authentic to its 1800s charm. The hotel lacks many modern-day amenities such as an elevator, TVs, or central heat and air. The rooms are small with no showers and only have a clawfoot tub with no shower curtain. All right, as soon as you come up here, the stairs leading up, you get this draft coming in, and you definitely get a sensation of like, bro, what is up here? Yeah, top of the stairs is kind of dark. Look, it's kind of dark, and you get this draft, and the stairs feel like they're slanted. So I'm like walking up kind of like on a slant. You feel like you're completely walking back in time. It's definitely different. All right, this is it. Room 11, this is where I'm staying tonight. Old school key. Now, I've already gone in here and like put my stuff down. But this is the room. It's just a little bed, sink, clawfoot tub, and really high ceilings. I'm glad they have a fan in here, because I think it's gonna get hot. So I've already walked in here saying, please don't mess with me. I'm here for a YouTube video. I know you don't know what that is, but I'm just here to make money. I'm just here to make a video. That's all I'm doing. Don't mess with me. So, yeah. Let's go check out the rest of the hotel. Oh, there's an upstairs. Let's go up here. Oh, here's the infamous balcony. Oh, I could get out of the fire escape easily if I wanted to. So I don't know for sure. I didn't do a lot of research about this place, but I'm wondering if they didn't put these over here because they've had people like fall over them or something, or maybe they've always been there. I don't know. But I really didn't do any research about this place. I know the basics, really. These stairs feel like they're just slanted. Like I feel like I'm leaning like this, not straight. I feel like I'm leaning like this. Oh man, whoo! So as soon as you walk into the bar downstairs in the Silver Queen, you're greeted with this picture of Zach Bagans, who runs the Ghost Adventure show, and I guess he had his first paranormal experience here back in 2004 in room 11, I think. I've actually never seen that episode, so I can't really speak much to it, but everybody tells me about it. I need to watch it. All right, downstairs in the lobby is the famous Silver Queen. This is 3,000 pieces of real silver that was mined and not too far from here. So here's all the silver coins. On the dress, in her bracelet, in her ring, necklace, everywhere around the border of it. It's all real silver coins. All right, so there's a sign over here that says the Silver Queen, the painting back there, the portrait, is actually 3,261 silver dollars and 28 $20 gold pieces. And then right over here is the wedding chapel. It's very dark in here. Can't see anything. And I think they said that people still get married here. All right, we're headed inside the Washoe Club. So apparently this is the most haunted place on in all of Virginia City. So we've talked to a couple of the local bar tenders and other people around town. Like, in your opinion, what's the most haunted place here? And almost everyone said the Washoe Club. Now I don't know anything about it. I am the worst at this. I have not done any research. So we're gonna go in the Washoe Club. It's just a bar, as far as I know. But we're gonna go in there and check it out. All right, we're in the Washoe Club. This is apparently one of the most haunted places on the entire street, along with Silver Queen, but everybody says this is probably one of the most haunted. And there's like a little museum thing in the back, and you can tour through it, and it just kind of gives a history of the town and everything. And if you want to, you can take tours upstairs. Oh yeah, so this room behind me is actually a crypt room. So during the winters here, the ground is too cold to bury anybody in the ground. So this room behind me was actually used to keep the dead until spring or summer, when they can actually dig into the ground and bury people. So I don't know how many people were kept back here, probably thousands at one point. And yes, this is a room full of dead people at one point. Okay. All right, it's pretty dark in here, but we did find a light switch, and this is the room that was the crypt. And it's really hard to tell, but these ceilings go pretty far up. I might guess at least 25, 30 feet. Okay, so right up the street from our hotel, the Starland Hotel, there's an old cemetery. So we're just gonna walk around the cemetery. I really have no other information about the cemetery. Like many other things, I don't have a lot of information about this place, other than it exists and we can see it. It's kind of perched up on a hill, and you can see it real easily from the town back there. So yeah, just checking it out. This cemetery is so old and just not taken care of that there's tombstones missing from sites. Like this one over my shoulder. I don't know if it'll come out very well on camera. Well, okay, never mind. I see it. I see the tombstone down there on this one. But over there, there's one where it's clearly a cement marker where someone was buried at. but there's no tombstone anymore, and there's grass completely grown over it. There's not really much of a trail here. I actually see horse droppings over here. So like, this is just not taken care of. I mean, all this is late 1800s. I see a 1910 there. So it's just super old. I don't know whose hands it falls onto to actually maintain this, but no one's maintaining this at all. This one is literally just wood carved out, and it has no name on it whatsoever. And this one's missing half the top of it. 1870. And just look at the grass growing in almost every single one of the areas by the tombstones. A lot of them just have dead grass, like this one over here. I mean, it's pretty hot out here. Okay, so originally the entire reason we came up to Virginia City is because me also wanted a little bit of time away, and we knew about the Silver Queen, and so we decided, hey, that'd be fun to stay at a haunted hotel. But this is Nevada, and it's July, and it's very hot. And the place we've been staying at here that we stayed the last night in the Silverland Hotel, it's a very beautiful hotel, very nice, but the air conditioner is not really the best, and it was pretty warm all night. And so we were reading about the Silver Queen Hotel, and it says explicitly, like, this is a very, very historic old hotel. We try to stay true to the nature of the Old West. There's no central heat and air. They did say there's no Wi-Fi, but when I checked in, they're like, here's your Wi-Fi password. I was like, okay. There's no elevators, there's no TVs, there's none of that kind of stuff. So again, being Nevada in the middle of July, we're like, shoot, it's gonna be hot in there. So we booked another night here at the Silverland so that we can stay here. If it gets too hot there in the Silver Queen, we can always come back here. And this is already thinking, we hung out in the room there in the Silver Queen, and it was kind of stuffy in there. So this is already thinking, she's like, I might just might stay here. So I might be alone with the ghost all night. So there's that. All right, we're gonna actually go have a glass of wine and just chill out here on the nice patio and watch the rest of the sunset. All right, so what we thought we would do is open up the voice recorder on my phone and do some EVPs, which stands for electronic voice phenomenon. And basically all you do is you ask questions and then you wait to see if you get a response. And sometimes I guess EVP stuff happens like right in the moment, you can hear stuff, but a lot of times you don't hear anything in the moment. You don't hear it until you go back and listen to the audio later on, and it's on the voice recording. So I don't have anything fancy. Again, it's just my phone, the voice recorder app that's on my phone. So I'm gonna lay it here, and we're just gonna ask some questions, see what happens. Are we here with anybody now? Are you comfortable with us being here? Is there a reason why you cannot go on? Is it okay if I stay here tonight? Do you know what Wi-Fi is? Have these sheets been washed? Do you wish you were still alive? Do you know that you are dead? All right, hopefully you can see me okay. I'm actually standing right next to a lamppost on the main street. And the main street of Virginia City is C Street. So there's like A, B, C, D. I don't know, I'm sure it goes further. I didn't really pay attention, but every street is just a letter. And the main street is C Street. So I'm about to walk down to the hotel. So decided not to tag along. She's gonna stay back at the Starland Hotel. It's a much nicer hotel. I'm not going to blame her. And honestly, the Silver Queen is gross looking. This hotel doesn't actually give off necessarily spooky vibes, I don't think. I was actually sitting there by myself in the room at the table and just kind of looking around. And I was like, this doesn't really give me like spooky vibes. It's just old vibes. It's musky in there. The carpet is really dirty. So it was like, do they even wash the sheets? Like, it just has a very old vibe. So she's like, I want to stay in the clean room, which fair enough. So she's going to stay back at the Starland Hotel. So it's just me alone tonight in room 11. Apparently Rosie the ghost who haunts that room was a lady of the night back in the day, and she really likes guys. And that's all I saw online, is that she really likes guys. So I don't know if that means I'm going to get messed with more tonight or less with, right? Maybe she messes with the women more and leaves the guys alone because she likes guys. I don't know. But I don't have any paranormal activity poltergeist devices to like catch or ghosts on camera. I film with my iPhone. That's the only camera I have. I thought about setting it up to run tonight, but I think it's going to just run out of storage overnight on my phone. Plus, cell phone cameras just don't pick up well in the dark. So, but I have this motion light. So anything that walks by the sensor here will set off the motion light. And that's really the only thing I have. And then I got to thinking, I was like, okay, what if something does set this thing off? What if in 2 o'clock in the morning I wake up to, because this light is pretty bright. When this goes off, I'm going to see it. I'm going to wake up and I'm like, why is the light on? Okay, that means something's in the room. Something clearly moved to make this happen. At the same time, I was like, well, you want light versus dark, right? If you hear a bump in the night, you think you see something at night, the last thing you want is it still to be dark. You want to turn on the lights. You want to see if you see anything, right? So I thought, well, maybe the light would actually help. And then I got to thinking, I was like, you know, in ghost hunting shows, no matter which ghost hunting show you ever watch, what's the first thing they do? They turn off the lights and then do their paranormal activity, as if ghosts only come out when it's dark, right? So I was like, what's the philosophy behind that? Why does why does someone believe that ghosts only come out when it's dark? So if this goes off, maybe they'll go away. Maybe they'll be in the dark and then the light will go on. And then they're like, oh damn, light came on. I got to go somewhere. So anyways, I brought that, and then I brought a couple of flashlights. I have a headlamp, and I have like a really strong light. This is really strong. And then I brought another flashlight. And the reason I brought 3 is because I've heard and read from other ghost things I've ever watched is that ghosts will draw energy from things. So batteries on a cell phone, batteries on a camera or something like that, batteries on a flashlight would die. So I brought multiple ones in case if all 3 of them are dead, then something sucked the life out of all of these, because these are all pretty charged. So I'm about to go into this room by myself. Let's go in there. One thing about this town though, at 5 o'clock, all the retail shops start closing up. And by 6 o'clock, pretty much everything is closed up. The only things that are left open are the bars. There are 1 or 2 bars on the street that are open 24 hours a day. And that's the thing about Virginia City, is if you're not coming here to drink, there's nothing else to do. You're either coming here for the ghosts things, or you're coming here to drink. That's literally it. So yeah, this town is dead. I can see some people outside at the bar up ahead. I'm sure it's a bar. Because again, that's the only things that are here. But it is dead, 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 dead. And when you get into the hotel, I have to be very quiet when I speak, because the whole place just feels like you can hear anything in anybody else's room. So I don't think there's a lot of people there tonight, but I'll just have to be a little softer when I speak. All right, well, it's about 10:45 and let's start my night. Alone in the Silver Queen, going up the creepy stairs. All right, so I'm here in the room by myself. I'm trying out the motion light, and I think that's gonna work tonight. I was afraid that the fan, there is a ceiling fan in here. I thought the fan would actually set it off because it's a pretty sensitive motion light. So that's good that it's not, because it's very stuffy in here. And if that motion light goes off, that means something in this room moved, because everything is pretty still. Like there's no drapes, there's no window, there's no reason for anything in this room to move. So, and it's a really small room, so it'll light up this room pretty good. I might even turn off the light in a minute and see how good. But yeah, I'm just sitting here like, it's not necessarily like a creepy vibe in this room. It's just an old vibe. Like, this is not a comforting hotel. The carpet is just really dirty. Maybe tomorrow, I'll try film it. It may not look as dirty as it feels. It's just old. Everything around here is old. Yeah, we're gonna see. I'm gonna sit here for a second. Just feel it out. I did have some drinks, so hopefully that'll keep me asleep. tonight, and that was really the plan because I do wake up pretty easily. So hopefully with the drinks, I can pass out and just fall asleep all night if there are sounds. Oh, and apparently one of the sounds that you hear is a woman screaming at some point in the night. So I may wake up to a woman screaming in the middle of the night. There's that. We'll see. All right, it's 11:30 at night. I've talked to, I've taken my contacts out, I brushed my teeth. I'm pretty tired, actually. I'm pretty ready to go to sleep. But I'm not gonna lie, every time I move around this room, I get the chills. And nothing more than, I think it's just mentally, like what I'm thinking, like nothing's happened at all in this room. I have my motion light on, by the way. So then that hasn't set off at all. I haven't heard anything, nothing's happened. But now I just have it in my mind that as soon as I turn the lights off, the ghosts are gonna come out. So I'm like got like chills. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Probably nothing's gonna happen at all, probably. We'll see though. Oh, and I should say that I am kind of skeptic about all of this. I am a firm believer in that there's probably a probable cause to a lot of things that people think they hear at times and maybe even see. I'm not saying that there's not paranormal activity, but I am kind of a skeptic. So I am coming into this kind of skeptical, not 100% a firm believer, but I'm not a believer either. So I'm halfway in the middle, I guess. And I've never actually had any kind of paranormal activity before. I have heard some sounds. Long time ago in the 90s, a buddy of mine had a apartment, and they used to hear sound, and I heard the same sounds. So there's that, but I've never really personally experienced anything, and I've never sought this kind of stuff out. This is not a thing that I normally would do. The only reason I stayed here is because originally Melissa was going to be here with me, and she gave me the option. She's like, you can just stay at the other hotel. But then I just kind of psyched myself into it. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I could stay at the other hotel. But at the same time, when else are you going to have the opportunity to say you stayed at a haunted hotel? So, here's the thing is like, I've watched enough ghost things, and they all say the same thing. They can't hurt you. If you hear something is scary or something like that, they can't hurt you. So just remember that. So I'm just going to go for it. We'll see you in the morning. All right, I'm laying in bed, and it is just stuffy in this room. Like, it's just not comfortable. I got the fan on. There's no adjustments to the speed of the fan. It does one speed or it's off. I got it on, and I'm laying here, and I just have this. I took all the blankets off this bed. I just have the sheet on me, and it's just so stuffy in here. It's gonna be such a bad night's sleep. Because obviously I'm thinking, what if I wake up to sounds or something? But also, it's just stuffy and not really comfortable to sleep in here at all. Yeah, we'll see. But I am laying down. I'm trying to get to sleep. I think it's about midnight right now. All right, well, good morning. It is 7:20 in the morning, and I made it through the night. And nothing happened. Not a single sound. No apparitions. Nothing. Like, it was really, really silent here. Hot. This room is very, very stuffy all night. It was not a comfortable night's sleep. It was stuffy, and of course, it's just in the back of your head, like, this place is haunted. So all night long, that's all was running through my head. It took me a while to fall asleep, and then when I did, I woke up, and then I was in the middle of the night waking up, and I was like, oh, just get back to sleep. I don't want to see anything. I don't want to hear anything. And yeah, made it through the night. No screams, no jiggling doors, no walking on no footsteps walking, all the things that people say that they hear. Nothing happened. So I'm going to go ahead and get up, head back to the other hotel with Melissa, and that will conclude my stay in a haunted hotel. I will never do it again. Because like I said, I was on edge all night. Yeah, I didn't care for this at all. All right, let's go to the other room. All right, one last look at the room. Maybe something will capture on film before I leave. I will say in the middle of the night, those covers actually slid off the bed,
And it did startle me because I could feel something moving on my feet. But those are the covers that I had just at the edge of the bed because it was just so hot. All right, let's get out of here. One last look. One last look in this hotel. All right, well, I made it. I survived the night. Would I ever do this again? Absolutely not. I was just on edge all night long. I think that paranormal the stuff is just not for me. Again, nothing happened. I didn't hear anything, but I was just kind of on edge all night. I guess I'm just going to go ahead and end the video here. I have nothing else more to say. Thanks for escaping normal life with me.